and welcome to your weekly Oracle reading with Katie VanZeeland. This reading is for the week of January 2nd through January 8th, 2017. And this week we're using Kyle Gray's Keepers of the Light Oracle deck. So the deck has been cleared. We're asking that infinite love, pure awareness, God, guide and empower this message for our highest good and greatest joy. For this first full week in 2017. We just have two today. Awesome. Okay, so we have the Miriam, Sacred Vision, and Mahavatar Babaji, Soul Expansion. So perfect. Okay. Just listening because I actually got messages before I did the reading, so I'm trying to see how they want me to tie it all together. Sacred Vision, choose to forgive in order to heal, see the light in all. Remember that love has no boundaries. Such an important message. And I know a lot of us, if we are working on forgiveness, most of us at some point in our life have worked on forgiveness. It really, if you've noticed, the forgiveness is really for you. When we forgive, we open up that space in our hearts and we feel more at peace. When we are forgiving other people, we have to come to the point where we can forgive ourselves. It's usually the deeper energy is that we haven't forgiven ourselves. So maybe take a look at that, especially with ringing in the new year. If you're working on anger and you have all these frustrations or resentments, look at the forgiveness part of it. And if you can, flip that forgiveness back onto you. Can you forgive yourself? And just even ask that question and see what comes up. Maybe you write down what comes up. What haven't you forgiven yourself for? Maybe you haven't even tuned into that because you're solely focused on putting it out there onto somebody else, that you really haven't been willing to look at yourself at all. So no need to pass blame in any of this. Just maybe take a second this week and just ask the question, what do I need to forgive myself for? And just play with that and see what comes out of your pen and paper if you're writing, or if you're just sitting with the thoughts, see what comes up for you. But it seems important. When we start to do that, we'll see the light in everybody. You'll see the light within yourself, and then it's easier to see the light within everybody else. It's easy to say, I need to forgive somebody. That's great. That's a thought. But you're not actually feeling forgiveness. So let's turn it and just play. Let's try this. It's different. Try something different. I don't know about you, but it never works for me when someone says, I need to eat better. I need to forgive that person. Those things don't actually help anything. Really, can you hear the voice of that person? Can you hear that condemning, judgmental, mean voice? That's not helpful. And it doesn't change anything, and it only makes you miserable and creates harsh, unloving energy being spit onto yourself, which ultimately that's what you're going to be able to do for other people, is spit that crap back onto them. So remember, no need to be hard on yourself or say, I must do this, because that's not going to change anything. So maybe what will change something is to go from a different angle. So what do you need to forgive yourself for? Just sit with that. Don't try not to go into your head already. Just sit with that. Write it down. What do I need to forgive myself for? And then just write. Okay? And see what comes up. Oh, awesome. Soul expansion is the other card. Your consciousness is expanding. You understand the connections between all things. And when we start to come from a different angle with some of this, we are going to expand. We're breaking out of that conditioned thinking, that cyclical thinking that we've been doing for so long, where we're constantly judging and shaming ourselves. That does not help anything. Even if someone else is now shaming and judging you, and you have tons of people coming up with all this information to judge and shame you for, that's not helpful. That's not love, and you're not going to heal from going about from that angle. So let's just try to play from a different angle. And I can see how it's tying into what else they wanted me to talk about. So these things we want to change in ourselves, a lot of times with the new year, people have all these things they want to change or do differently, which is great. But let's again come from this other angle, right? And look at the things that you've been wanting to change. Okay, maybe things pop right into your head. Maybe, I don't know, I'm sure you have lots of examples, right, that pop into your head that you want to do differently this year, okay? Can you look at what it is that you're getting from those things that you want to change? So those things you want to change, can you just take a second and look at what you're gaining from those things? What are they providing for you? Okay, what are they providing for you? Are they providing a safe place? Are they providing a distraction? Are they providing a comfort? So what are they providing for you? And just take a minute and just tune into what you actually feel from those things. The positive side of it, right? We've spent a lot of times condemning the horrible things that we do, and we shouldn't be doing them. What did those horrible things bring to you? What feeling did they invoke for you? Okay? And take time to tune into that this week. What feeling did they invoke? What positive feeling did they invoke? And then once we do that, maybe we can start to get that feeling from a different avenue. Okay? There's no shame or judgment. We've done these things that we've condemned about ourselves for a reason. We gain something from them. What is the positive part of those things? Okay, play with that this week. And then let's play with then, if you want to take it a step further, maybe we'll revisit this next week. I don't know. We'll see. But to take it further, how can you get that feeling in a different way, in a more positive way, or a healthier way, a way that you're not shaming yourself? Okay? So those are some things to play with this week. Maybe you need to rewatch this. I know I'm going to have to to see what the message is, because I'm hearing there's 3 very distinct things that they're asking of us this week. Okay, so forgiveness, and it starts with forgiving yourself. Okay, what are you gaining from these things that you're condemning yourself for, or others are, in the shame? And then how can you get that feeling from the unhealthy act in a more healthy, positive way? Play with that. It seems important. All right. So we're going to pull a card from the 5th agreement. I am skeptical, but I listen. So important. And I love little elephants. Yay. Yay. Humans speak with symbols, and symbols aren't the truth. But when I listen, I understand the meaning of the symbols that people use. I understand their story, and the communication becomes more clear. Words really, it's hard to get, when we have a feeling or we have to want to express something, we use words, but it doesn't really encapsulate what we're really trying to say. So know that we use these words as symbols to try to get across communication, but to really listen with your heart and feel into what that person's saying. And if you don't understand, ask questions. Be skeptical, but listen. So you're listening, but you're being skeptical, okay? Ask questions and use discernment. I hear that all the time when I'm doing these readings. So use discernment. Everyone's going to have their opinion. Even the experts have their opinion. But I'm going to challenge you and say that you are the expert. You know. It's all inside of you. It's all in your heart. Okay, so listen to yourself. Listen to other people, but be skeptical. And then use discernment and listen to what you know is true for you. Okay? Awesome. And we're going to pull a card from the crystal deck. Ooh, 2017 feels powerful already. So exciting. Oh, okay. We have like 7 crystals that want to play, so we'll ask that we just have one this week to keep it simple. Okay. We have Chiastolite. It's my favorite. I've never heard of it, but I'm excited to check it out. Oh, I do have one. Chiastolite. Protection, transition, and harmony. Oh, perfect. My home and all who enter it are filled with health and harmony. Protection, transition, and harmony. Lots of transition. We are being protected and we are in divine harmony as all these things are taking place. As your soul is expanding, as we are forgiving and we're getting this sacred vision of what this new year is going to be bringing. We really have to tune into the vision of how we want to feel and the direction we want to go. The details will fill in. But just do those few steps that we talked about at the beginning of the reading. They're going to crack open a door, they're going to crack open a window that is going to be so beneficial for you to start to expand your sacred vision, and your soul is going to start to expand. Okay? Use discernment. Listen to yourself. You know it's true. It's all in your heart. Okay? But we're just cracking open out of the heavy patterned illusions that aren't true. Okay? Chiastolite is a beautiful, fun, protective stone, and will really aid in this process for us this week. Okay? All right. I hope you have a fantastic beginning to 2017, and I can't wait to see you next week.